are back. We are back. I am not on vacation, so I don't have to whisper like an NPR radio host. I can yell freely in the basement. It feels so good. Nobody's going to hear me. I can say whatever I want. Penn State stinks. They stink. They're awful. Garbage. Sorry, we're later. For those of you listening to the podcast, I'm AK. JBonez is here. We've got NFL football to break down, but we had to be a little bit later because we were both watching the end of the Penn State game, and we have both come to the conclusion that, JBonez,
Penn State's a joke.
Joke.
I mean, it's every year. Listen, they really hyped up the whiteout. They're like, oh, they haven't lost in 6 straight. They haven't played anyone good. They used to save it for their, best game of the year, and Ohio State would come in and blow their doors off. And then Fox showed up and took the good games, and Penn State got to use their whiteout against Minnesota and Illinois and, some bottom feeder in the Big Ten. But now, somehow, by the grace of God, the NBC slipped in their little draft, and they stole the Oregon game at State College, and in just classic Franklin form.
It's the same. They were trying to glaze up Drew Alarm. He led two touchdown drives to Todd. Nobody thought he could do it, and pick to close the game out because he stinks.
I mean, listen, Todd Blackledge is clearly a homer, having gone to Penn State, and he was laying it on thick at the beginning. I think it was either beginning of overtime or right before they tied it. Oh, no turnovers this whole game. No turnovers, no turnovers, no turnovers.
At the bar, no turnovers.
Well, no, but every time an announcer says that, you immediately see a turnover, and Penn State's holding the ball. I'm like, whoa, back it down. I don't know. Is Drew Aller still the best quarterback?
Turnovers. It's like, no shit, dude. Oh, my gosh.
Drew Aller has that J.J. McCarthy stink on him right now.
Great comp.
Biggest game of the year, and they turn into a service academy. The only plays that worked were the chicken shit, like break the huddle, run, and line hike.
Their running backs are. They do have 2 really good running backs.
Well, they come from the school of Saquon Barkley where squats matter, so.
But the only thing, if we know that they have really good running backs, guess what? Dan Lanning probably knows they have really good running backs. So, and they know that they also have Drew Aller at quarterback. So, but
in the biggest moment, he just crumbled like a house of cards.
I laugh. I feel bad. They're just kids, right? They're just kids. But I was laughing so hard.
They're making a lot of money now. They're more than just kids.
That's true. So we can laugh at them. Be like, hey.
Shout out NIL.
Yep. For allowing people like us to just be like, you threw a pick like you always do. And we can laugh at you now because you're going to go home and Lloyd Christmas yourself and wipe your tears with your $100 bills.
Oregon's got a real quarterback.
That guy's good. That guy is very good. That running back too, number 23, whatever.
They got some dudes.
Yeah, they got some dudes. And Dan Lanning can win big games, unlike James Franklin. So, okay. We are 26-22. I think we were dead even last week. I think I did pull up just to quickly review. We started off with the Bills. Can't trust the Bills, dude. Another huge favorite this weekend.
Yeah.
Nailed the Panthers.
Yep.
Nailed the Panthers.
Yep.
Smoke show, NFC South.
Yep.
Nailed the Browns. Dude,
Yep.
we were cooking. And then
this one could have gone either way. It was
the Texans.
A shit show.
Dude. Oh.
I know.
Well, turnover late, this and that. The Vikings smoked the Bengals. Patriots should have won.
Fake. Yeah.
Dude, they turned the ball over 3 times inside the 1-yard line.
Yep. Would take them again right now.
Yep.
Knowing everything.
Eagles.
Never doubt.
Oh my gosh. That was hilarious. That was one of the greatest, but between that and the Cleveland game, that was phenomenal. The Bucks
shocking. Weird collapse at the end.
The Tyrod game. Yeah, blocked the field goal. Got a field goal blocked in that game. Tyrod game. Are the Jets better with Tyrod? Probably, but they're going to start Justin Fields this week. The Colts, good call by you. The Commanders, also good call, throttling the Raiders. And then Chargers beating the Broncos. We got hot here late. Seahawks throttle the Saints. That was never a doubt. CeeDee Lamb gets hurt. Cowboys lose to the Bears. We had to put up with an entire week of Caleb Williams glazing. It was awful. 49ers get it done with Mac Jones against the Cardinals. We missed that one because they only won by 1. Then the Giants the Giants was our spy sack up pick of the week. Mike's hard lemonade.
What? That's you.
That was me. That was my fault. You told me, God, dude, Russell Wilson, man. Thank goodness we don't have to watch that anymore.
Well, until he's a Bengal.
Dude. And then the Lions in a complete shocker. I didn't think they had that in them, but the Ravens they stink.
Derrick Henry fumbles, man.
I never thought I'd utter those words.
He needs the Tiki Barber treatment. Remember that?
Yep, carry a football everywhere you go. So we ended up losing 4 in a row there, but we ended up, I think we closed out at 8-8. So,
Man, I felt like a lot of wins. Only 8. Jeez.
yeah, it really was.
There's some
So,
fraudulent losses though. So like we only really lost like 4 times.
yeah,
Still can't pick a Thursday night game to save my life.
no. Yeah, well, and then we missed it this week because I was on
Yeah,
vacation.
I would have gone Cardinals. So
Yep. So that was my fault. My
No,
fault on missing.
fine. We would have gone Cardinals.
Yep. No way Kyler Murray loses this game. And of course he does.
Kyler Murray's the reincarnation of Russell Wilson.
You're not kidding. That
And he doesn't run anymore. He doesn't like getting hit, so he doesn't run. So he's literally old Russell Wilson. Disaster. Some chicanery happens. They make it close, and then never really stand a chance.
Do him and Marvin Harrison, are they the two, like, we don't like football looking guy? We don't like football looking guys. We don't want to be your guys ever in the history of the league. They never look like they want to play football. It's always the same look. There's Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr., and they just look like they don't want to be there. They look like they want to be anywhere else.
Marv's a problem.
He is very good, and they turn it on late. Everybody's giving him a hard time about the drop.
But they were in a hole because of him first.
Yes. But he's still very talented. I just don't think Kyler Murray's that good.
No, he's Russell Wilson. Throw the deep ball. I hope something happens.
Okay. So
or run. He doesn't run anymore, so it's what it is.
He runs against the 49ers all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
They're another team that choked one. Didn't they? Didn't they do something stupid at the end?
Who, the Cardinals?
49ers.
Last week?
Yeah. They had that thing locked up too, and then they did something. What'd they do?
I don't know. I don't remember. That was so long ago. I think I was watching.
You're beach mode.
I was watching that at the beach, and all the other games it was nuts. So, what did they do? I can't remember now. Bimo says the biggest letdown in my life might have been thinking Marv was a generational talent lock. Wow, slander to Marv.
I mean, so nepotism higher.
B. McCormick says hit 2 in the blue and green booked on Thursday Night Football. There you go, buddy. B. McCormick is always here. Everybody listening to the podcast, here we go. This is what we do. We talk about each game. We pick the games via the spread, and then we're going to go 15-0 this week. There's really no other way about it. We get a I almost said Scotland. We get an Ireland game in Dublin. Also, we'll have a full yelling about the Ryder Cup tomorrow night in that show. Okay.
They took a safety. That was it.
Oh, no. It was a holding penalty.
Yeah.
Outside the end zone while Mac Jones was in the end zone, safety. And then, oh, gosh. Trash, dude. And then Mac Jones leads him down there. And then Eddie Pinheiro splits the uprights. Game over. 3-0. Bet is still on. Okay. We start Sunday morning. You wake up, go to church, put your coffee on, this and that. You get home, boom, there's football on your screen for 14 straight hours. We start off in Ireland. The Vikings playing the Steelers. Steelers are 2.5-point dogs to the Vikings. The Vikings will be starting Carson Wentz. They will not have Aaron Jones. The Steelers had some Jaylen Warren issues. The Steelers riding high off of their victory against the Patriots. The Vikings riding high off of their victory against the Bengals. This feels like a Vikings better team, better defense. Carson Wentz going to do more with the talent around him than Aaron Rodgers, and I think the Vikings win pretty handedly. Thoughts?
Steelers should be 0-3.
Yes.
Realistically, they should be 0-3. And if they were 0-3 coming into this game, we'd be saying to ourselves, no way the Steelers go 0-4. We do have a revenge spot here. If you go back
Flores.
1 year ago, Flores versus Rodgers overseas on Sunday at 9 a.m. Flores' defense swallowed up the Jets. Aaron Rodgers threw 3 interceptions.
I remember that.
The Jets fired Robert Saleh shortly thereafter.
Idiots.
Under pressure, Aaron Rodgers is only 6 for 22. When he's got a clean pocket, he's 50 for 64. We know the blitz is going to be coming after him with the Vikings. Pressure at the fourth highest. No, they get pressure at the highest rate, and they blitz at the fourth highest. So, like, all these things are lining up, like, just circle and pen the Vikings. The problem is Carson Wentz, and the problem is the most expensive defense in football hasn't looked like the most expensive defense in football so far. Robert Flores was in the building. People forget. And Mike Tomlin decided to go with Terrell Austin over Flores a year after hiring Austin as a DC and Flores as an assistant. Flores, in a little Tomlin rehab program. We've seen Saban rehab some coaches in his time. Tomlin tried it out. Flores is now going to be another big hire in the next cycle. Everything screams take the Vikings -2.5, easy peasy. But like the Steelers have this magic about them, it makes me nervous. Carson Wentz could just implode.
The Steelers have been their defense. Like, don't let that 14 points. Don't let the 14 points fool you last week.
Bad.
The Patriots were up and down the field and should have had an additional 14 to 21 points.
But that's what they do. Teams just start fumbling for no reason.
We've seen Rodgers overseas before, though. Not great. I think
X's and O's says Vikings.
Yes.
Brain says the Steelers are going to do something stupid and piss everyone off.
I don't know what, though.
They're going to miss an extra point to tie the game. It's going to be like 2013. They score a touchdown and then doink the extra point and lose 2019. Everyone loses.
No, that's Boswell. Boswell doesn't miss.
Exactly.
Damn it, I said too much. So what do we do? What do we do? Vikings -2.5, Steelers -2.5.
Take the Vikings.
Yes.
If you're betting it, take the money line. That's all I'll say.
That was my vote. Vikings. I don't want to take the Vikes because then that means we support Dylon on the show. We don't want to support Dylon. Although we did get him to admit that Carson Wentz is the answer over J.J. McCarthy at this point in time. So, okay. Then we move to the 1 o'clock
mania running wild against the Steelers many moons ago.
The talent on the Vikings is so much like,
yeah,
they have their left tackle back, Darisaw.
Yep.
Like, but we're gonna be texting tomorrow, and it's gonna be like 1 o'clock's in a row. We're gonna be like the freaking Steelers. But I can't do it. I've seen them play too many times. They can't keep getting away with this. They just can't. It can't happen. So Kevin O'Connell is going to win this game somehow.
Yeah, no, well, you're right. If Flores was the head coach, I'd have a problem. They still have an offensive-minded head coach. I trust them. Trust the process. Vikings, go.
And the Vikings are probably the best offensive personnel and scheme they've played, I would imagine, right? Who the Steelers played?
Jets. Who they play week 2 where they had the kickoff issue?
The Seahawks absolutely throttled them.
No, that was the game with the kickoff.
Yeah.
But it left some hope and last year the Patriots.
Hopeless offense put up 32. Seahawks 31 with their, run the ball, play action, so on and so forth. 31 to them. Then the Patriots were up and down the field. I mean, you're talking about they could have easily given up 30 in every single game, and this is the best offensive-minded coach they've seen. I mean, they're played 3 defensive-minded coaches. Now they're about to get
everything you say. It's like, Steelers are going to win this tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking. It all makes perfect sense. Why is it only 2.5?
Oh, we're going with the Vikings.
Yeah,
going with the Vikings. But if the Steelers win, just know that we said that they might. That's what we'll do. Text without me. No. Well, no. The group message.
No, never.
The group message includes you, and then we have scheduling text without you. 1 o'clock. Commanders coming off their Marcus Mariota game, all fired up from Oregon, winning. at the Falcons, who got their doors blown off by the Carolina Panthers. And the Falcons are 2.5-point dogs at home. Jaden Daniels isn't playing. Terry McLaurin is not playing. The Falcons are going to be loaded for bear, everything ready to go. I don't know if there's any revenge narratives. Dan Quinn, yes. Dan Quinn, right? Wasn't
You're
he?
right. You're right.
Was he the coach of the Falcons? He
Yeah,
was.
28-3. People forget.
There you go. This is stomping grounds game.
This is a
Can the
classic zigzag spot.
Yep. Can they do it again with Marcus Mariota?
No. You get the rub on a backup quarterback for 1 week and then back to normal.
Yep.
Injuries, McLaurin out issue. Falcons at being just pantsed last week against the stinking Panthers.
Yep.
Divisional game. But it's a situation where the public is heavily favoring the Commanders. I saw the last 81%. So
I don't like that.
give me the Falcons in just
Yep.
a get right spot, and you go, this league.
This league. I mean, they get to 2-2. Like you said, the Commanders are 2-1. No Jaden Daniels. You get one because they throttled
Raiders.
the Raiders. That's right.
Kind of stink. So
yeah, and Geno Smith was Geno Smithing it hardcore last week. But yeah, I think the Falcons have a good enough pass rush to wreak some havoc where they don't. The Commanders are down Terry McLaurin and their starting quarterback. I don't know. I just, like I said, I think the Falcons, this is a classic get right game. Okay. Moving on. The Saints, who are 0-3, travel to Buffalo, 3-0. The Saints are plus 16.5. The Saints, I don't know what they don't do anything well. The Bills can't get off the field on third down, but are, I would assume, relatively healthy. I didn't see anything on any injury report summaries for either of these teams. Unless I'm missing something that's, and if I am, I apologize. But we didn't trust the Bills against the 0-2 Dolphins, or we did trust the Bills at 12.5. Do we trust them at 16.5 against the Saints?
no, don't be scared of the spread. Who's going to win the game? The Bills. Take the points. The Saints look like they already quit. Like they're just rolled over and waiting for next year.
So you think take the Bills and the 16.5?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You know the Bills can put up a laugher in 2 seconds.
Yeah, it can get ugly. I just worry that the Bills' defense sucks.
Hey,
I don't
this
know.
is a confidence building week for them.
That's a lot. That's a lot of points.
Bills. That line is there to try to balance it out and get people on both sides of the number. Don't fall for it. Bills boat race.
Okay.
I wouldn't even put the Saints in a teaser. I like those apples.
The Saints suck, dude.
Yeah, they're really bad.
They might actually make Spencer. Wait. No. But see, this isn't a Brown situation last week where we were like watching the Packers. It's like, I don't know if the Packers are actually that good. I don't. Oh my gosh, BMO. He said Saints money line, book it. No, he's just mad at the Bills. He's mad at the Bills. Don't listen to him. He's angry. He's letting his heart talk.
But one of his trademark $1 bets on the Saints money line.
Do it. This is not a Brown situation where the Browns actually have a really high functioning defense. They just don't have any offense whatsoever. And the Packers, we weren't sure what they were, and they proved us exactly right as Jordan Love throws a pick inside of his own 20. So complete idiot move.
There's another play where Matthew Golden could have run for a touchdown, used his speed, but he just like went out of bounds for no reason.
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all. All right, so we'll take Bills minus 16.5, and then if they don't win, we can yell at J-Vibe because he's a Bills fan.
Win.
Yes. I did get scared because I was like, we tried him at 12.5. Couldn't trust him. But the Saints are worse than the Dolphins. So okay. Next game. 1:00. Speaking of the Browns, 1-2. 1-2 Browns. Getting another 8.5 going to Detroit. They're not at home. We saw them last week. Their offense is abysmal. They can't move the ball. Their defense is really good. Crazy game last week. They pick off Jordan Love, score a touchdown, and then gain about 10 yards of offense to kick the game-winning field goal. The Lions we saw go into Baltimore and absolutely bully the Ravens inside the guards, really, with the running game. And the Lions everybody's feeling good about them, -8.5. I think this is a spot where the Lions can make that happen because unlike the Ravens or unlike the Packers, we've seen the Lions be prolific on offense over and over and over and over and over again, and they have all their guys. I would say Lions 8.5. I don't trust the Browns at +8.5 again. What say you?
Jahmyr Gibbs is coming off his highest usage of his career and the most touches he's got in his career. You know, it's always been a two-back system with him and David Montgomery. It's a short week, emotional win. The Browns' run defense has stifled quality running backs each and every week. They're allowing negative yards before contact. So the league rate is 1.2 yards per until contact. The Browns are getting routinely in the backfield. Does it travel, though? That's kind of the hope and taking here. I think the Lions, with that big primetime win, again, a zigzag situation, gets back to kind of a muck and grind, sneak out with a win. But I don't know about covering a 9.5.
8.5.
8.5. It's 9.5 in real life.
Fair. I don't know. I think this is a statement game for I don't know. I do not.
Last week was a statement game for the Lions. No NFC team can beat, except the Eagles, it can beat Lamar and the Ravens. Lions did it in prime time. Highs and lows. Short week.
Can we do the Browns? Can we trust the Browns again at +8.5?
They just stick around. They just stick around.
I just don't think Jared Goff's going to make that mistake. That was on Jordan Love. It was
a 10-7 game then, or 10-3 game. 10-3 covers 8.5. Got to run the ball in this league. You can't run the ball, you can't win. And the Browns stop the run, and the Lions have a tired running back on short rest.
You think the Browns again?
I don't know if they win. It's a cover spot. This is one of my. You get 2 a week. You get picked to win, not cover, or cover and not win, like the Browns here.
We need like a Trump button of like I can hit a button. It's like I'm all in on the Lions.
And then take Lions. You took Giants last week. You take the Lions, and they don't cover again.
That was my one last week too. I was like, no, we're doing it. We're taking the Giants.
Yeah, you're on a probation period, so you make sure. You know, I got a lot of ideas. I got another contrary opinion to maybe what you're thinking later. So choose wisely. Here, let's just jump ahead. Let's skip a little bit.
Okay.
Let's go to the 49ers game because the 49ers are super banged up. The 49ers have the Rams on a short week Thursday Night Football. Look ahead sandwich spot. They're 3-0 team. It's a game they can lose. Jaguars win, cover, yada, yada, yada.
That's the one you want me to pick?
That's the one I think you're going to try to be like, no, the 49ers are this, and this, and this.
They are getting Brock Purdy back.
Yeah, only out of necessity. He may not be like 100% ready to go. Mac is just dead.
Yeah, but Trevor Lawrence.
How many other guys are out? What's their injury report look like?
Juwan Jennings is banged up. I don't know if he's going to play.
Purcell?
No.
And you got the biggest game. You can't go into the Rams game short. So they're going to baby that game as much as they can and probably get burned by it. Nick Bosa, gone.
So you're putting me on the spot.
Gross Matos out.
You're putting me on the spot. Do I want to pick the Niners or do I want to pick the Lions? I only get one. I think I'm going to have
to. This is fun.
This is not fun. You really put me in a predicament here.
We'll save it for the end. Leave those two for the last two of the week.
All right. We'll come back to that one. 1 o'clock. Titans. 0-3 Titans have not. I don't know what they've been doing. I've really not. I watch a lot of football, but I've not. I've watched some Titans. I've watched a lot of Texans. Texans, great defense. Offense sucks. Offensive line sucks. They can't move the ball. Why in the world are they a -7.5 against anybody right now? I don't care if it is the Titans. I would, my football gut says take Titans plus 7.5. Divisional game.
I have a system.
Okay.
And everything lines up into the system. It's the Tommy Boy Callahan, dumbest head coach in the NFL. You never bet him. So
Forgot about that.
Week. It worked last week. We're gonna let this sucker ride. Texans why are the Texans favored by that much? Just take them. They know something. Texans are what, 0-3. They need a win. Texans. 75% of the betting public's on the Titans. So
why?
I have no idea. Texans. They can't trust Callahan. You can't. He's probably gonna get fired.
Idiot.
Interim coach. When the Titans fire their coach and they get that interim, we're taking them. Until then,
we're taking them.
The other side.
That's when they'll do that's when they'll do the finally let Cam Ward play. That'll be the let Cam Ward play game. So
let Cam spin.
Yeah. That's right. Let him spin. Titans. Oh, Houston Texans, Houston Oilers. Right here.
Are the Titans going to wear their stupid Oilers uniforms that make no sense and troll the Texans? Because it blew up in their face, I think, last time.
They should. They should do that, but they probably won't. Plus, Will Levis looks way better than Cam Ward in that uniform. It looks just way more hilarious to see Will Levis. Looks like he's playing in oil, like just a giant oil pit, slipping and falling, and the ball fumbling and slipping out of his hands at all times. It's incredible.
Former Penn State quarterback. People forget.
People do forget Will Levis, Penn State legend.
How's that Missouri kid doing?
Perbula?
Yeah.
He's actually having a pretty good year, but again, they haven't really played anybody. We've reached the point of the year of college football where the SEC teams are really going to feast off of all their preseason rankings, where they start beating each other. You know, Mississippi State goes and almost beats Tennessee, and whoa, look at that! And then Ole Miss beats LSU, who was way overranked because turns out Clemson sucks, and that win meant nothing, and LSU's looked like dog crap for the past 3 weeks. So they're going to get the SEC is going to, oh my gosh, look at all this crazy. It's so competitive. They're going into overtime and beating each other. Ugh. We're going to get that.
Sure seems like Notre Dame turned on college football video game and saw their players' ratings and went, oh shit, we're actually really good. Let's just be good.
They smoked.
They could be a problem. Those are forgivable losses in a committee perspective.
Well, they lost early. They know how to do it right. Notre Dame does it right every year.
Yeah, Miami and Texas A&M, 2 top 10 teams.
Yeah,
perfect.
Quality losses, and then they go boat race. Who they play today?
Was Arkansas?
Arkansas. Yeah, that game was over in about 10 minutes. Anyways, speaking of boat racing, the Panthers boat race the Falcons last week. That's our next 1:00 game. They play the Patriots in New England. The Panthers off their best game of the year, 30-0 over the Falcons. We just talked about that. The Patriots should have beaten the Steelers. Should be sitting at 2-1. They did not. They have a fumbling problem. They Ramondre Stevenson fumbled. They put him back in. He fumbles on the one. They take him out. They put Antonio Gibson. He fumbles. Leave Travion Henderson in the game. Let's just cut it out. Done. Ramondre Stevenson's had a fumbling problem. He'll continue to have one. He always will. So, you know, I don't know what to make of this game. 5.5 by the Patriots is really a lot from a team that is 1-2, but should be 2-1 by all accounts. The Panthers, I don't know what that was last week. I only had 6 options to watch the game. Panthers did not make the cut. Falcons didn't make the cut.
Oh, by the way, I totally signed up for Sunday ticket last week.
You have to.
In the heat of the battle. When I couldn't get the Eagles game every snap, I was like, that's it. I'm not going to be on that every single week, but, you know, whatever. That game was too engrossing to not. So, hey, whatever.
So we've seen the Patriots move the ball. We've seen their defense be okay against mediocre quarterback play. Do we think they can beat the Panthers by 6? Is the question.
I think we have another classic zigzag spot. Panthers being big winners, Patriots being sore losers last week.
Mm-hmm.
Patriots naturally go there. You look at the Patriots offense, they have this predicament right now where they don't run the ball very well either. Right?
They're afraid to hand it to somebody.
They're 32nd early down success rate, They're 21st in yards per carry. Now they're adding fumbles. This seems like an opportunity where McDaniels, a smart offensive coordinator, may start to use the pass to open up the run, lean more on Drake May, kind of a turning point. The preseason, I said the Patriots be a playoff team. You get those turnovers. What, you get 4 or 5 new playoff teams a year, new coach, young quarterback, really line up for the Patriots to be a 6 seed, a 7 seed. I don't know that that's dead quite yet. I think this could be maybe that turning point where they figure out who they are and what their identity is, and they can then build upon that and start to run the ball a little bit more. The Panthers favor outside runs. The Patriots are number 2 in the league, stopping the outside runs. Chuba Hubbard has only a single run all year over 9 yards, so they're also struggling at running the ball. I think that we're probably getting some discounted lines here, this -5.5. If last week was played out a little bit differently, we're looking at maybe a touchdown or more favorite here. So take the value, take the Patriots -5.5, and appreciate a 24-17 win on Sunday.
I agree. A lot of red, white, and blue here so far. We got the Bills, we got the Texans, we've got the
All right. Well,
the Patriots.
Segue.
Okay. Another red, white, and blue team. Ryder Cup, let's go. We're down by 7 or whatever it is, getting our teeth kicked in up in Bethpage Black. Bunch of pansies who don't have any gumption whatsoever in their bones.
Did you see Rory's wife take a drink to the face?
Yes.
New York, baby.
Bryson's starting trash on the 15th hole and all. I'm like, look, dude, you're down by 3. Just win the holes. That's all you have to do, and then you don't have to talk trash. You don't have to bump into their caddies. You don't have to do anything. If you just don't suck. Goodness gracious.
Question: you sound like you know what's going on.
Oh, I've watched a lot of Ryder Cup.
I don't. It's football season.
You're right. Well,
do we have a chance? Just tell me.
I have 3 TVs in the room. So I've got the Ryder Cup on one of those TVs.
That's fine. I'll watch this last year's Super Bowl on TV3 before I watch golf.
Okay, fair enough.
Does the United States have a chance tomorrow? Or is this over?
It's basically over. I think they have to win. We have to go 10-2 to win it, which if you've watched any golf, that does not look like we're going to be going 10-2. So,
well,
but
GG's.
28-3 did happen as well, which I've already done the meme where I put the Europe flag over the 28 and then the U.S. flag over the 3. So
perfect.
Yep. Which is getting us. People are making fun of us on TikTok. It's on its way to going viral, which is kind of funny because I didn't think it was. You never know what's going to happen. But anyways, that's the scene here nor there. Red, white, and blue teams. The Chargers, 1:00. 3-0, undefeated Chargers, AFC West Division leading Chargers. They lost Najee Harris. It's the Omari and Hampton show. They're probably not going to use him anyways because Jim Harbaugh is peeking behind the curtains at his, Wizard of Oz. They pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, Justin Herbert. Love. Their defense is really good. They get the newly benched Russell Wilson and the fresh Madison Beer tweeting what I've seen. Jackson Dart trying to talk some trash. Is it going to be the new quarterback bump for the New York Giants, who are completely abysmal on offense, outside of Cam Scatterboo, who's a monster?
Scatterboo.
And is this going to be the Malik Neighbors show against the Chargers, or does Jim Harbaugh completely bamboozle this rookie into oblivion? The Chargers are favored by 6.5.
Old Jimbo has a very favorable record when playing rookie quarterback, so conventional wisdom may suggest that. For some reason, maybe a lot of people read that stat. The Chargers are getting 87% of the betting public's pick. So I don't like that. I already like Jackson. Jackson starts that dog mentality. It's at the same time as this Lane Kiffin documentary, this Ole Miss synergy. Like everything's kind of lining up. We're going to see some Jackson Dart. There's a big piece missing from the Chargers going into tomorrow, and Mekhi Becton is definitely out, and the center Bozeman is questionable. And we know they already can't run the ball. Now you're going to take away 2 of their starting offensive linemen. They're definitely going to be able to run the ball. Brian Dable's in a position where he kind of got a year of – you got to hit the snooze button on the hot seat, right? Because, the Daniel Jones thing, he inherited him, couldn't make it work. See ya. Finally, he's got his quarterback. He's got his Josh Allen that he was able to, become a head coaching candidate for. This has to work or else he's going to be out of a job. So I think it's kind of their Super Bowl tomorrow up at the Meadowlands. I think there's some key injuries for the Chargers that are going to make it difficult for them to do what they want to do. The Chargers also are 3-0, having beat 3 divisional opponents. They're kind of feeling like they're on cloud 9. It's a losable game, quite frankly. Crossing country, 10 a.m. local time for them. New quarterback bump. Giants outright.
Look at
Red, white,
that.
and blue parlay is coming in hot tomorrow.
This is the subliminal Ryder Cup energy that we've manifested on this show, and I love it. Demo says, "What's the current record over the first 3 weeks?" It is 26-22. I think
It's winning weeks. That's
it
win.
is.
We're
It
plus 4,
is.
yeah.
Trayvon had 3 holding penalties in one game. Yes, but
That's subjective.
he doesn't fumble, and I'd rather have a holding penalty than a guy who turns the ball over inside the 1-yard line. So, that's hey, look, B. McCormick agrees, says New York. All right, here we go. Probably one of the games of the day. There's definitely some games of the day. The Eagles, after their monster comeback in the second half against the Ram, who Sean McVay's an offensive genius, but apparently can't score in the red zone and kicks like 7 field goals in the second half, whatever, blows a 17-point lead. Greatest coach ever. Yeah, right. Matt Stafford couldn't make the plays, couldn't have the referee help and the random turnovers that bump Matt Stafford all the time. Nonetheless, Jalen Hurts had a big second half. Jalen Carter had a thick 6, block kick, electric ending. Thanks for the cover.
Jordan Davis.
Oh, Jordan Davis. Sorry.
Thicker.
Jordan. Thicker 6. That's right. Jordan Davis, touchdown. Eagles cover in dramatic fashion. Buccaneers blow the cover, but Baker running his mouth. We love chip on his shoulder Baker. Buccaneers home dogs by 3.5. They don't have Mike Evans. They might be getting back Chris Godwin from what I've seen.
Tristan Wirf's back.
Tristan Wirf, big move. But yes, this is a rematch from the playoffs for a couple years ago, but they did involve Baker, or did it involve Baker? So the Buccaneers typically have the Eagles number, do they not? What say you?
Well, there's a dynamic where you look at recent win-loss and you go, oh, the Bucs own them. However, you actually look at the games. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith were out the last time they played, so that's kind of important to consider. When you're throwing to Paris Campbell and, some guy that was back in groceries last week, it's kind of difficult to move the ball. Saquon Barkley dropped the ball last week going into the end zone, and then the Bucs came out, kick a field goal, walk off and won. But when A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts start and finish a game, you can't beat the Eagles. So they're there. Eagles is the pick. You want more. You said, all right, Evans out. Godwin could come back. I think he's still kind of on that pitch count, so I don't know if he's full deployable. The Eagles are battling some injuries on the edge. Nolan Smith's going to be out for a little bit, still nursing an injury he got from the Super Bowl that probably wasn't ready to come back, but made it through. Until someone shows that you can beat this team, they're kind of, a wagon. And there's nothing. Why are they favored in Tampa? It's like, 100 degrees. They left and traveled a day early to climatize. Pound the rock, win the ball game, get out of there. It's kind of a, anytime a team has a walk-off win, I kind of put them in a negative light the next week. You have that emotional walk-off.
They've done it 3 times.
It's all 3 weeks. So they're 3-0 with 3 walk-offs. The Eagles are kind of 3-0 with just beating good teams. So that being said, go Birds.
Let's see. Yeah, the Bucs have beaten.
Yeah, no, you're spot on.
Yeah, the Jets on a walk off, the Texans and the Falcons. 3 not
walk off. Yeah, all with less than a minute left. Yeah,
and these are a 1-2 Falcons, an 0-3 Texans, and 0-3 Jets. So, I mean, granted, Baker's been awesome. If the game requires a game-winning drive, he can definitely put him in position. But
I also think he's going to be in position for a game-winning drive for tomorrow.
That's what I was getting ready to ask: is do we think that he's going to be in position for that?
Yeah. I also love how Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, their hobby and passion is blocking field goals now.
Yeah, it's like
into the science behind it and where they need to get their leverage and how they have to put up their arm. They're looking at the guy's launch and going, we have to get it's incredible.
They're looking at that. They look the left. They line up over the left guard or whatever, and it's just like,
yeah,
you don't stand a chance, pal. And I hate the Eagles, but that is kind of funny where it's just Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis have made that their mission to be like, we're going to block the most field goals in history.
Every elite defensive interior lineman's like, I don't want to do this. I'm not doing it. second string out to block a field goal. Meanwhile, these two are like, get us out there.
When you win a lot of games like the Chiefs last year, like the Chiefs overall in general, and the Eagles the past few years, you start figuring out other ways to win games because that's what it takes. Because you get everybody's best shot. Like, it makes sense.
Last week was the Rams Super Bowl. I mean, following them on social media, we talked about them.
Oh, yeah.
They kept the running back out of the end zone again. So regular season, they have an answer for Saquon. Well,
All three phases, man.
Yep.
All three. We just said you got to find other ways to win. Rams, like you said, probably went in there. We're going to stop the run. Great. Okay. Then they're going to throw it in the second half. Now what do we do? They're going to block kicks. They're going to do all kinds of stuff.
So, that was a good splash of water for the Eagles last week to have to actually go to the passing and start. Is this Baker's MVP moment game? No, it's too early for that.
Can't be. No, it's too early. The Bucs do have a couple of tough. They got a stretch here. They got the Eagles, the Seahawks, the 49ers, and the Lions. This is Baker's gut check game. That's what.
And you know what? 5-2 after that's all right. So 4-3 isn't half bad either in that division.
Yeah, you're still way out ahead. But okay, Eagles. Moving on, another good game here. 4:00 spot, 4:05. The 3-0 Colts, the fighting Indiana Joneses. The surprise, the darlings of the NFL, at the Los Angeles Rams off of their abysmal loss to the Eagles, an epic collapse. Devontae Adams is banged up, so they may not have him. Do we believe in the Colts, the Shane Steichen show, to go up there and run the Rams just showed they could stop the run, so they're going to bring Jonathan Taylor up there and try to run the football all over the place. I don't know if there's a history between McVay or the Rams playing against Daniel Jones or anything like that, but the Rams defense is pretty good. They can get after him. Rams favored by 3.5. Can they do it without Devontae Adams potentially? What say you?
Having lost last week and kind of being such an important game for them to want to win and just get it ripped out from their hands, it seems like a practice angry, play angrier type game. The Colts being 3-0, it's like, all right, it's time for them to get a mark in the loss column traveling cross country to play an elite defense. They're going to shut down the run and really put the ball in Daniel Jones' hands. And do we trust him to, rise to the occasion and knock off the Rams, who, again, potential look ahead spot? They are playing on Thursday night against the 49ers. However, it's kind of a situation where, in the same way the 49ers could, in theory, lose the game and still be, control their own destiny with the division, the Rams kind of need the win to control their own destiny. So for that reason, get right spot for the Rams.
Yes. And if you're going to beat the Rams, their weakness on that defense is the defensive backfield, which was shown last week in the second half as Jalen Hurts went nuclear all over him. Now,
feeding AJ.
I picked the Rams here. I would agree. They don't have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. The Colts. So, but okay, we've reached the 4:05 game. Jaguars at the 49ers.
Take your
Jaguars. The Jaguars. The Jaguars last week. Did they win? Did they beat? Who'd they beat? They beat the Texans in a wild game. Trevor Lawrence tried to lose that game with all of his might. Threw a pick, a horrendous pick late. The 49ers, obviously with Mac Jones, they go down. They beat the Cardinals. Game-winning drive, yada, yada, yada. Safety, of course, wrecked the spread. 49ers a little banged up. Lost Bosa. That's unfortunate. Going to need a lot out of Bryce Huff. Going to need a lot out of Mikael Williams and crew. I like the 49ers defense. I like their young defensive backfield. I like their linebackers. D. Winters is an animal. The 49ers have not had a rushing touchdown. They're the only team that haven't had a rushing touchdown all year.
Wow.
Did you know that? Only team.
So Christian McCaffrey put it in the parlay.
Okay. So, secondly, I forgot what I was going to say after that, but they haven't had a rushing touchdown. I don't know that they've had very many. I don't think they've had an interception yet. This is an interception game for the 49ers. Book it.
Don't you want to carry these to Thursday? Tell your DBs just knock it down. We want that
I'm
interception
in a
next
hard
week.
place here because I guaranteed the 49ers would be 4-0 through September. I sat on this show on a Wednesday night and said that was it's on the big board. I have to pick 49ers. I'll give you the Browns.
Okay. 3.5.
I have to go. I understand. That's a great point about Thursday night look-ahead game. But I believe they get their quarterback. What team gets their quarterback back and doesn't win? Do I trust Brock Purdy or do I trust Trevor Lawrence? And I trust Brock Purdy.
Yeah, but you're just reading headlines to say that because
No.
Brock Purdy should probably be out until the Thursday game. That's his comeback, but he has to come back early because Mac Jones can't.
Well, yeah, Mac Jones sprained his PCL again.
Right. So how effective is Brock Purdy and how protective are they going to be of Brock Purdy to ensure that he's ready for Thursday?
But it's Liam Cohen and it's Trevor Lawrence, and I don't trust
Liam
them.
Cohen's pretty good.
No.
Pretty good. All right, go put the Browns in then.
Browns.
Deal's a deal.
Deal's a deal. Browns. I don't know if you just swindled me or what, but I said the 49ers are going to be 4-0 through September. That was before everybody got hurt, but I have to double that. So, yikes. Now, 425 game of the week, quote unquote. We get the 1 and 2. This is hilarious. They're like, this is the game of the week, and it's the 1 and 2 Ravens and the 1 and 2 Chiefs.
Play the hits.
I don't know
man.
how. You what?
Playing the hits.
I don't know who I want to. I want the Ravens to win this game so that the Chiefs can be 1 and 3, and then effectively their season is over because I think they have 2 more hard games after this.
No, walk through the schedule. Pull the schedule up right now.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Chiefs are gonna have double-digit wins at the end of the season, and they're gonna get some clown show in the first round, just pooping their pants. Maybe even Justin Herbert throwing 3 interceptions again.
Okay, so we got Chiefs. Then they play the Jags at Jacksonville.
Okay.
Then
You're telling me the all-injured 49ers could beat the Jags. I think the Chiefs getting healthier could beat them. What's
the
next?
49ers with Brock Purdy? They beat the 49ers, went into Seattle, who are now 3-1 with everybody hurt, and Brock Purdy willed them across the finish line for a game-winning drive to Jake Tonjes.
Okay. Who's after the Jags?
Jags. Then they got the Lions at home. So that's another primetime game. So the Jags is a primetime game on Monday. Lions is a Sunday night game. Then they got the Raiders.
Win.
Then the Commanders.
Win.
Then the Bills at Buffalo. Then the Broncos at Denver.
Probably one of those is a win.
Then the Colts, which we thought would. The Cowboys definitely a
win.
Goodness gracious. The Texans.
Win.
Chargers.
Probably we'll see.
Titans.
Win.
Broncos again, then the Raiders.
Win. So
Raiders, probably a win. They'll probably split with the Broncos.
Okay, split the Broncos, split the Chargers.
So the Chiefs have 1 win, 2 wins, 3 wins,
3
4
wins,
wins,
Chargers, Titans.
5 wins. I could see them getting 5 to 6, possibly 7 wins.
I do also think that looking at this game tomorrow, the Ravens see their division and it's a joke.
It is. This is not the AFC West.
Right. They're not in a position where it's a must win. The Chiefs are kind of in a must win. They're going to give you Patrick Mahomes and 2.5 points. You take it unless they're playing the Eagles. You know, Lamar Jackson has run versus the Chiefs and Steve Spagnuolo for at least 46 yards in all 6 matchups, and he's run for 83 yards in half of them.
Whoa.
So it's a ladder situation. Take Lamar for 40, take him for 50, take him for 60, take him for 70. Clay Martin's on the call. The Ravens, you talk, haven't done this, haven't done that. The Ravens have not had a single holding penalty all season long. They're going to be due. You're going to see some chicanery. Clay Martin's going to help it out. It's the same referee that we saw last year against that Black Friday game and then the playoff game against the Texans. Some weird stuff.
Oh, gosh, for the late hit?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. He's going to take care of the Chiefs. Chiefs are winning tomorrow.
Oh, my gosh, dude. Tony Romo on the call. Great. So, yeah. All right. Moving on. Does Derrick Henry fumble? That's another question that we need to answer.
Are they 3-0 if he doesn't fumble?
Probably. Their defense stinks.
They got guys injured too. What's their injury report look like?
Who, the Ravens? I don't know. Well, we move. So the next game, 425. They're trying so hard. There has been a 4-year coup and
Young Way?
whatever
Giant? He's a giant now.
effort. He is a giant. I hope he is a game winner. Might be hilarious. That they keep trying to throw Caleb Williams into prime time. The worst thing that could have ever happened is that he got the Cowboys with a hurt CeeDee Lamb. But the Bears 1-2 on the road at the Raiders. It's a toss-up. The Bears are half-point underdogs in Las Vegas. This game might be unwatchable as far as I'm concerned. I think this is going to be I don't know what to expect here. I don't know if the Raiders defense is good enough to make Caleb Williams look pedestrian like normal, but the Raiders defense has to be better than Dallas's defense because Dallas' defense is awful. So I think the Raiders are going to win this game.
Yeah. It's a zigzag thing. Values high, values are low. People probably love it on the Bears.
It's all they talked about. They opened the show. Every show set Monday morning was Caleb Williams, NFC Player of the Week. Is he back? Like, is he? It's the Cowboys. The Cowboys got torched by Russell Wilson, who got benched for 450 yards.
So if we go back to the Raiders game last week, you want to take anything away from that? That was like one of the most absurd kind of rest disadvantages you could have playing a team. They had a Monday night game the week before, playing the team that played the week before Thursday night. So that's 4 whole days of advantage, despite Mariota being in there. The Raiders throw the ball at the highest deep rate. Let's try this again. The Raiders throw the deep ball at the highest rate in the league, and the Bears are dead last at defending the deep ball. So it's going to be one of those things. If you're watching on Red Zone, you'll see it a lot of kind of just big streaky yards, big touchdowns from the Raiders. But I don't know. It has shootout potential if we see some more of that Caleb Williams we saw last week. One of the things that blew my mind that I saw this week is Ashton Genty has more yards after contact than he does actual yards.
Dude, he is. He's whatever. I don't care what you think about it, but that guy, like when he gets the ball, he's electric. He breaks tackles. It's unbelievable. His vision, his balance, his ability to cut. Like, I don't know what they're doing. This is weird for Pete Carroll too. Like, it's like he's trying to figure out. I love Geno, but I also like a Marshawn Lynch back. But he doesn't like Marshawn Lynch. We saw that in the Super Bowl. He wanted it to be about his quarterback. So maybe that's why.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Easiest
Sunday night.
of the day.
What, the Raiders?
No, this next one.
Oh gosh, this does not even deserve any analysis whatsoever. This is the Packers.
The fact that the Packers lost last week is even better.
Yeah. I don't know what the Cowboys can. Without CeeDee Lamb, they have nothing. Their defense is awful. This is a game where I'm like, Jordan Love, like everybody. Caleb Williams torched the Cowboys. Russell Wilson torched the Cowboys. This is kind of your chance to show everybody, hey, I can torch the Cowboys too. If you don't, I'm gonna have serious questions. And on the Cowboys' perspective, there's no way. I mean, is there going to be a tribute video to Micah Parsons? No way. No
here's
chance,
here's your Sunday Night Football pick of the week. Packers money line. Micah Parsons gets a sack. That should get you some decent juice.
So -6.5 Packers.
Easy.
Yep.
Laugher, Collinsworth.
Doubleheader on Monday night, of course. Why not put them at the same time? We'll stagger them for an hour. You might as well just start them at the same time. I don't understand. Jets
all night.
Look at this first game. AFC East divisional battle, baby. The New York Jets, 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 0-3 on the road at the Miami Dolphins, 0-3. Justin Fields probably back. This is going to be awful football. But it's going to be football.
I feel like the Dolphins showed something against the Bills. The Dolphins showed more against the Bills than the Jets did, and for that reason, I'm going to take the Dolphins. Common opponent.
This is a Mike Daniels save your job game.
Well, if there's any time to fire him, it was after a Thursday night game with extra prep for the next game. And that's a Monday. So like, again, rest advantage here, significant for the Dolphins. They're not firing McDaniel for a while now.
No.
They kind of gave him that like blind vote of confidence. And for that reason,
said that, didn't they?
Well, that's
we
usually
don't
the last
fire
kiss
him.
of death.
I don't have anything. I don't know what else to say about that game other than Justin Fields. Exactly, BMO. How much would we pay to be able to see this game in July? Still better than no football. Exactly. I just hate the fact that they play the Monday night games. He said Henry a lock for 2 touchdowns tomorrow, right? I don't know. You'd have to look back.
He scored the touchdowns last week, so it wasn't an issue.
And then finally, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Fighting Jake Brownings, head to the Mile High City, Denver Broncos, 1-2. Denver Broncos coming off another. They lost last week, didn't they?
Yep, to the Chargers.
Oh, that's right.
Looked like they may have had something cooking and then just folded. Again,
was,
the Sean McVay had the media wrapped around his finger all summer long. Like this was going to be a wagon this year. He loved his team, his favorite team he's ever coached, all this crap. They kind of stink too.
Yep.
Bo Nix is awful right now.
I think that's the issue that's the whole. This was a guy who couldn't win the big game in college. He transferred all over the place. And he still can't win the big game. So, the Colin Cowherds of the world love Bo Nix because they were like, he's the guy that nobody was talking about that they wanted to talk about so that they could be like, I was the guy that was talking about him. And he hasn't done anything but lose big games. So, do we trust them to win by 7.5? They're favored by 7.5 against the Bengals.
Yeah, we just don't trust Jake Browning.
Yeah.
Or the Bengals defense.
Also.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know if
a nationally televised game is going to give the whole media time to dig up all their articles from August about the Broncos and Sean Payton, but it's going to be a suck fest.
This is a must win for the Broncos, though. You can't go 1-3. Can't go 1-3.
Earlier, you're trying to tell me the Chiefs are going to go 1-3.
I used up my. I hope the Chiefs lose last week. I used up my one.
Yep.
And if Russell Wilson didn't stink, they might have. So, I can't believe you made me pick between the Niners and the Browns. That was diabolical.
Yep. Part of the deal, baby.
Can we get the Browns at plus 8.5 again? I kind of like that. That's fun. That might be a new rule. If the Browns are plus 8.5, you take them. Plus 8.5 or more, you take them. Especially this year.
Go back to the top. Let me jot these down. Vikings was what?
Okay, here we go. Vikings was minus 2.5. Let's take it from the top.
Okay.
Here are the picks. Summary. Then we have the Falcons plus 2.5. Then the Buffalo Bills minus 16.5. The Cleveland Browns plus 8.5 at the Lions. The Houston Texans minus 7.5 taking on the Titans. The New England Patriots minus 5.5 hosting the Panthers. The New York Giants plus 6.5 hosting the Chargers. The Eagles minus 3.5 on the road at the Bucs. The Rams minus 3.5 hosting the Colts. The 49ers minus 3.5 hosting the Jags. The Chiefs plus 2.5 hosting the Ravens. The Raiders minus 0.5 hosting the Bears. The Packers minus 6.5 at Dallas. The Dolphins minus 2.5 hosting the Jets. The Broncos minus 7.5 hosting the Bengals. So we need to pick the points for these. The Jets. The over-under is 44.5 for the Jets and the Dolphins. We think this is probably going to be a 28-17?
24-10.
24-10 in favor of the Dolphins. So you were thinking the under is going to hit in that one?
Sure.
And then the Broncos hosting the Bengals. The over-under on that in BetMGM is 44.5.
That's the one where it comes together like a 35-10.
Whoa, you think they're going to go?
Yeah, it's going to be just, oh my God, it's the Broncos. We thought we were getting a Bo Nix resurrection game.
I'm going to go 34-13. 21-point victory. That looks good. That's the picks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's lock her in. Good. That's how we do things. Now get ready for Sunday. No, thank you. We don't need to save those. Ladies and gentlemen, Bima says, do you two keep your own spread picks versus the other ones, then see who's better? No. I don't think so. I trust the process. I trust it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We've gone through all the games. We've given all the correct answers, and this is going to be 15-0 for the first time this season. And even with the Browns.
Well, 14-1 when the 49ers blow it.
That's not going to happen. Brock Purdy's starting quarterback is back bump. He's going to everybody. Oh no, it's bleak. Nick Bosa's out. Oh no, what are we going to do? Gross Matos, he's out too. Jawan Jennings hurt. Here comes Brock Purdy with his cape. Get on my back.
Hero ball.
Just like when he did in Seattle.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody else is apparently. And we will see you tomorrow night after the game for all the latest breakdown. Enjoy your Sunday.